Dos.
Uno.
Hero. My name is Inigo Montoya. We're here to solve a murder. Prepare for court.
We are here to solve a murder.
Prepare.
Yep. So, we don't have adult supervision today.
No, we don't.
We're off the leash.
The three youngest people of the channel.
And craziest.
Yep.
And craziest.
We're gonna ruin everything.
It's gonna be bad.
All right.
There you go. There's a shimmy.
October 14th, 9:41 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4.
Beautiful.
Zoom out.
Zoom out.
Audio is recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Nick!
What is it this time?
You won't believe how many people are here for the trial.
Well, it is a murder case.
What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door.
Next door?
Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atmay's trial today.
Really?
Detective Atmay?
They say they're going to try him as Master Mask.
Already? That was
It
fast.
was really fast.
Boy,
what she
I'd
said.
love to
Good
see
job.
Master Mask trial. I missed what you whispered.
That's what she
okay.
said.
Okay, excuse you. Try that one more time. If you read the right fanfic, that is what we use on this channel.
Gosh dang
Oh my
it.
gosh.
Because now Luke's not here to get mad at me.
That totally needs to be a button.
I will make it a button. I know.
By the way, where's Pearls?
Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. I know who it is. I know you don't like me.
Pearls has really gotten to her training lately, huh?
Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please don't ignore me!
What?
Oh, Mr. Delight, good morning. No one likes me. No one would notice me even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec.
You don't mean you're the murderer?
No, I'm just a poor thief!
All right.
No, wait, that's not right. He can't really be poor.
It is if you suck at it.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans.
Because we keep losing people, I thought I'd just take Delight and you could take Godot just
Yeah.
fine. And since I have to do the judge too.
I'll do Godot.
Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit the heist.
Do you think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick?
Have you not been paying attention to the past 2 games?
Have you not?
I was gone for some of the last games, so
I
no.
mean-
But today's trial is a race against the clock.
Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always.
No.
I'm afraid that's not an option.
Huh? Okay, leave me hanging, Nick, you asshole.
Yeah, we gotta.
October 14th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 6.
That's right. Tip tap tip tap. Court is now in session with the trial of Mr. Ron Delight.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
I think this will be the series where people will actually tell us if our shenanigans are so dumb or not.
Exactly.
You're ready? Preparation is the last refuge of the weak.
Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot. Tip tap.
Mr. Godot is the kind of person who submits poetry to a literary magazine and doesn't understand why they keep rejecting it.
If you don't go to your committee and just be like, can we get a stamp that just says Godot? I will not be part of this team anymore. And then anytime you reject it, just Godot.
Oh my gosh.
He's got the judge in the palm of his hands. Yet again.
Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all.
I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot.
Nobody does.
No.
Just like the play where his name comes from.
No one gets that play. I think it has something to do with God. I think. I don't know.
I don't know. It's... I don't...
Then you need to get out more, Your Honor.
Aw.
Life is
He
war.
is out more. He's out and about right now.
Life is war!
Oh.
But that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right?
Yes, well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case.
Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change.
The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th.
Can I ask what his pun is? Do we know?
You know what? I'll
Kane
look that
Bullard.
up.
Yeah, go look that one up. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I'll look it
I
up.
feel
Right
like Kane might have something to do with bulls, but I don't know.
now. It might.
I don't know. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day.
And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. The little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant.
At least I'm being noticed. Very well then, Mr. Godot. Please call your first witness.
I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial.
You need help.
Your colon is dead.
But the first one is always the best.
Yeah, because it's the freshest to tasting to your mouth, because soon it's nothing but coffee.
And you burned off your taste buds.
He grows them back then pretty fast. Mr. Godot, your witness? Is it coffee?
Okay then. Let's hear what the defendant,
Okay.
Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself.
The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objection? It may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but...
I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify.
You've got guts, Trite.
Everyone has them. Look.
Oh, jeez.
Mr. Trite, you need to put those back in your body.
Okay.
Nick!
That's the wrong hole.
I'm gonna call the hospital!
Okay, so I can't go into too many details about his name, but in the Japanese version, his name is probably KB, being Japanese for security guard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, KB Security, I get it.
And it also serves as the initials. There's a little bit more concerning his last name, but I'm thinking maybe it'll be addressed later. in the
Okay.
timeline.
We'll get there then.
So, but yeah, so it's a pun for KB Security.
Yeah. All right then, Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand.
I need to... There.
You gotta have that. Gotta
So I
give
have,
yourself some arc for your arm
Yeah,
there.
I have my arm raised up, and I'm like just swinging it down.
like a friggin'
like
guillotine.
not bending my elbow.
Yeah.
whatsoever.
You did it, didn't you?
Yes.
What?
No, that's not true.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be the shortest trial ever.
For a moment there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever.
Oh yeah.
Kendall.
I'm psychic.
Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making.
And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin.
Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security?
Well, that kind is hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home.
Oh, Ron.
Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I've been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. That's all I'm gonna say.
Alright.
1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place.
The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up.
Yeah, I wouldn't drink
That's
that. That's salt
disgusting.
water.
I love your guys' retaliation.
You're just like, stop.
No, actually.
How about you try again later, Godot, when you're not being this edgy, poetic fuck?
I want my poetry professor to just play this game and talk about Godot.
Oh my gosh, can you, please? Hello, Professor. Welcome to Godot.
It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. Actually, now that I think about it, when I was auditioning for theater scholarships back when I thought I was being a theater major, someone presented a monologue, and I was like, I forget what the name was, but I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then they said, it's from Persona 4 Golden. And I was like, they freaking took one of Marie's things and did an audition for it.
No, not her shitty poems. Oh my gosh. Okay, actually though, to be fair, in junior high, my audition for Bravo was one of the monologues from Beyond Good and Evil.
Oh, I remembered. I started Persona 4 Golden before I took my creative writing poetry class, and then I picked it up after, and just like Marie's poem was just like, oh my gosh, make it stop.
I know, they're so painful. Oh, they're such shit. I think they're probably mistranslated haikus.
They
like
probably
shitty
would,
haikus.
yeah.
Like they probably weren't good haikus in the original either, because Marie's just sucks.
I mean,
But
she's basically a middle schooler.
Yeah,
writing
pretty
middle
much.
schooler poems.
I know, it's so
But,
bad.
I mean, I don't know. The delivery's nice.
The delivery's very nice. I that's the only way they made it poetic, was the delivery of it.
The delivery was really good, but...
And just like, every time Marie tells the protagonist to stop reading them, it's just like, listen to her.
Stop picking it up. When you see it, burn it.
She'll like it.
She will love you for it.
Anyway.
Okay. Sorry. You never know that from the way he's chugging it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please.
Wow, we've been going on tangents a lot.
That's okay. It's because we don't have adult supervision.
That's fair.
Yep.
This is what children do without supervision,
We
right?
just talk and talk and talk and talk.
It ordered you there.
It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course. They'd say things like, steal this or take that.
Why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight?
Sorry,
Please
because he
don't
says
say
take
anymore.
that, I was just like, Nick got really pissed that he took his catchphrase there.
Now what should I do? So what did the blackmail letter in question say?
It said to bring $50,000.
Money. A perfect motive for committing murder.
Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay the money anyway! Oh, is that right?
Tip, tap,
After
tip,
all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. Tip tap. An important point indeed. Tip tap, tip tap. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha! Please don't laugh at me.
A muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do.
The blackmail threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything.
That seems highly suspicious.
Like your face.
I mean... I was about to say, oh, I can see it if you read the right fan fiction.
Nah. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway?
The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole Master Mosque thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me. He didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me.
So that's why Ms. Delight didn't believe it was Master Mosque.
That's why I knew they were just hollow threats.
You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right?
Yeah, that's right. A security chief? You?
And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge. Perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say?
This isn't good. Maybe we should change the subject?
I was fired.
Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job.
Well...
The world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that.
Okay, then I take...
No.
Defendant, please answer the question. I needed money. You needed money? Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of like her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company.
Oh.
Come again?
AB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief,
You stole some data. And sold it.
Mr. Bullard found out and I was fired immediately.
What? Wish I had never asked that.
I mean,
I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good.
someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You'd do well to remember that.
He sure told you.
Yeah, sure.
Not me, though. I'm just over here.
Yeah.
So you admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct? Yes, I'm sorry. This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony.
Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse, crashed, and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster.
Seeing those things in action is terrifying.
Wait, what?
Seeing the jaws of life in action, they're terrifying.
Oh.
What?
It's when you get in a car wreck, there's these like giant pliers, basically, that the cops or firemen or I forget who actually has them, shove into the car if you're like trapped inside, and they push a button and it just like and rip shit open. It's crazy.
Holy crap!
Why would you do something like that?
Well, for Desi's hobby, what else?
Wasting money, huh?
It's not a waste! So Miss Delight doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she?
So it would seem.
I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other.
Can't believe it. This case has gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples.
Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright. There wasn't much to his testimony, was there?
Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least, that's what it sounds like to me.
Uh-oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. You better be careful.
If we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth.
Yeah.
Well, let's call that an episode.
Okay! We'll see you guys next time!
Next time!
Bye!